In December, we made the worldwide global kirtan for the Yamuna. That was just after the FRO, the Foreign Registration Office, had published a warning that any foreigner who would get involved in protesting against the bridge would be deported from India. So it was a hot issue. Actually, the FRO went to all the ashrams and warned and asked the leaders to show up in their offices. So they were afraid about the foreigners getting involved. But it happened anyway, and the effect is there. But if you're a lover, if anybody you loves Vrindavan, I know you must love, because there's no other way for a Krishna devotee, they'll all love Vrindavan, then we have to be very aware about that. And this is one of the moments where, now, what happened in Kartik, the Braj Vrindavan Heritage Foundation Alliance, was started, and it has had a very good increase. Practically every week there's a meeting in a different temple, so the leaders of many temples have become involved in the whole thing. So, so we can only hope that this will go on, and that the awareness will become to the point that the government has to change this silly plan. Now, in a way there may be change in it, but this is not enough. We have to get legislation to oblige from the higher government to restore the Ghats and bring the Yamuna back to the Ghats. That's all part of this second litigation. That Yamuna has to come back to the Ghats have to be fixed. At least it's a proposal of a channel, something from engineering point of view very easy to accomplish. It can be done. They have done huge systems, huge changes, what they don't do. Just one encouraging note, Mr. What was his name? I got it here. Agrawal, Mr. Agrawal. I think G.S. Agrawal. He was the dean of the IIT Kanpur, a scientist, and now became a sadhu. And he made right in Delhi, he made a fast until death about Ganga. What they were planning in Uttarakhand, they were going to disappear 120 kilometers of Ganga into pipes to create electricity. They had the plan. They already started the construction. And so Mr. Agrawal, he launched this fast until death, and he actually toppled the government decision. Supposedly, the plan of the power plant is canned. So in other words, there's an example. Things can be done. It's not all negative. In Rishikesh, for the Kumbh Mela, the government has made a major work of restorations on the banks of the Ganga, and they've actually made it very beautiful ghats all along the Ganga. Rishikesh has increased in its beauty and care extremely. So it's like it can be done. But we have to be on it, and nobody should think, oh, let other people take care of it. At least that is my request. And whoever hears me and talks to anybody else, tell him the same. Look it up in the internet. I don't have packs of books of the details printed. I wouldn't know how to travel with them. Today everything is digitally communicated. So this is the situation there, and we will need your help. It's quite possible. Imagine 200 devotees protesting in front of the Indian embassy in Rome, for example. That goes around the world. Immediately then, of course, then some people say, oh, then they will cancel the visa of them. Not true. They're just threatening. They will not cancel the visa. Not for that. It's just that in India they have a little control, because they can cancel your visa at that moment and kick you out. But even that they finally didn't do. KPS Gill, for your information, he is an India hero. He was the one who stopped the insurgency in Punjab in the time of Indira Gandhi, when the Golden Temple in Amritsar was full of terrorists. He was the one who solved all that problem, so he's called the Super Cop and the national hero of India. He is in the Kitchen Guard and he's supervising the court cases as well. So in that sense, there is some punch, but it may not be enough against Mayawati. So therefore, I just convey this information to you, and I would simply request you, especially if you are a spiritual master or you have any Vaishnava mission connection, write a letter, send it, make a protest, sign a petition. Get all the people, all the members in your mission to sign the petition. We should have at least 100,000 signatures. You know, for them 100,000 signatures, I mean, I think we reached 10,000 by now. 100,000 signatures is a different thing because it speaks for 1 million. And 1 million of people protesting, it means the Indian Tourist Ministry starts taking notice. So therefore, it is my request, look it up. I can't do anything more than speak on behalf of Braj Vrindavan Heritage Alliance to all of you. It's Vrindavan, and then it may be Radha Kunda. As a matter of fact, Radha Kunda was fixed very nicely by the same government, Mayawati. So sometimes you just don't know what it works like. It was actually a major technical mistake of considering this bridge. And ruins. It's very, very... Anyhow, if anybody has a question about this, please speak up. Otherwise we move on to the next issue. Anybody has a comment or anything to say about it? Yes.
What's the website where everybody can sign? If this sign campaign has some result?
You see, we use everything possible. We don't leave a paper unturned for this. So the more signatures we have, we don't know, but it's there. The government looks at these things. They also have a public relation department. It's not that, maybe they say 10,000 signatures, who cares for these people? Maybe, but for some reason they stopped the work. Not only this, they withdrew all the machinery of the work because they could see this is going to be a lengthy thing. But the disaster is there. With the impact, what's going on right now of the poison lake, is that the groundwater of Vrindavan, as poison seeps down very slowly in the ground, it is now poisoning the drinking water supply of all the people in that central part of Vrindavan. Not going up to Ramanreti, they already got salty water there, but inside they're just getting this poison seeping in, something extremely harmful. Chandi, one of the devotees who lives there, she had the waters tested, and the water test came back that water was so poisoned that it was all antibiotic resistant. If you get disease from that water, no antibiotic can put you back into shape. So in this way, it is an actual danger, and some other people are not moving. They should be moving. They should have the beggars right now grabbing out that sand and let the water come back and take out that dirt. At least. And then the next step is no more black water should be allowed to go inside the Yamuna. And number third is beautiful ghats should be made alongside. No, the ghats are already there. They're beautiful. The water should be brought back to the original ghats. And Vrindavan should be what it is actually, what it has been, what it was made for. Don't forget all the kings who built those ghats, they were loving Vrindavan probably much more than we do, because they invested their money there to make it look what it looks like. And now we are carelessly neglecting that. And it is going, and in a way you may say so, that all the devotees are guilty in a way, because they've been watching the last 30 years of things getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And where are the protests? Where are the physical, the outspoken protests? Where are the efforts to... I mean, everybody talks. I've also been talking for years. I'm just as guilty. But now we feel it's time for action, or we have to blame ourselves. That's all. Any other questions on this or commentaries?
What is the main place to go to?
Raj Vrindavan Heritage Alliance. Then you go to the blog, there you have all the conversations, you see the commentaries, and then there's the sites where you can see the technical research. And there's like about 30, 40 movies on this issue, explaining it, what's happening, how it works, solutions, maps. There's maps offering solutions. It's kind of an engineering thought, and it's a complex situation. WVHalliance.org. That's the website. Okay. We go to the next subject. We had a few issues which are just... Now, the main topic as a secretary, every secretary has a duty. What is a duty? Increase the love and understanding between Vaishnava missions. Create heart-to-heart relationships. Inspire other missions to appoint secretaries. To get nectar information from other missions and publish it. Or publish interesting things which are worthy of sharing with others, to publish them. So you could say that such a meeting as this, it starts with a symbolic part, the beautiful symbolic element of fulfilling the cherished dream of Srila Jiva Goswami, because Srila Jiva Goswami knew that that's what's going to happen. There's going to be in Pula members of 10 different missions of disciples, and they're all preaching in Europe, just like in the summer. How many Vaishnava Melas are going on right now? We can't even keep hold of it, can't even keep track of it. And some of them, Urmila Didi just come from in Lithuania, 300 people. We just come from Hungary, maybe 150 people. There was in it everywhere it's going on. Switzerland, Mallorca, Spain. There's Gurukuli meetings. Vaishnavism has reached to a dimension, you don't know what's going on. And that's very beautiful. But there's also many other things which could become more favorable for us by sharing at least a very friendly relationship. And the fact that disciples of 10 different spiritual masters coming together with concern is a very good sign. Of course, everybody's very busy also. But in this sense, I am requesting on behalf of Srila Bhakti Ballabhtirtha Maharaj, who started actually the general secretaryship. I actually wasn't secretary for 5 years. Acharya Prabhu was. But then Srila Bhakti Ballabhtirtha Maharaj asked me to reassume this service. But he also clearly stated that anybody in any mission wants to be secretary should immediately be recruited. It's not a one secretary job. It's everyone who's caring can do it. On smaller scale, medium scale, larger scale. It's no hard and fast rule. It's all for the one purpose, increasing Vaishnava love and the service of our acharyas to the world.